Hello, YouTube! I'm very in the middle here, aren't I? We got the wall of toys over here, and then over here we got the 90s pipes moving across the screen. And I thought that would be good for setting the mood. I don't know. I'm just chilling. Well, let's get into the video. Alright. So if you've seen the title already, you know what's up. But if you just clicked on this thing for the thumbnail, which is probably me making a very weird face because I don't know how to do thumbnails. Today we're going to be talking about Static Shock. Not the Static Shock from the show, but from his own show. Not the Static from Young Justice. Not the Static from that one Batman movie. Not any of those guys. I know it's technically the same guy, except for it's a different universe. Every time the same character shows up in a different place, that's another universe. And, yeah. So, today I'm going to be talking about the Static from the comics. And hopefully I do a good video. Apparently my Turner D Century video wasn't that good. Now, Ashley said it was lacking. And today I'll try to make her happy this time. Also, sorry about Thursday and also last week. I think it was last week. Things have not been okay. But hopefully this video thing is gonna get better. Hopefully I'm gonna get better at this. That's interesting. People also search for Black Lightning. I should do a video on Black Lightning sometime. Alright, this is the, this is what Wikipedia says. So I don't own any of this. Wikipedia does. Wikipedia owns this article on a character they don't own. Sort of in a document sort of way, just to record these facts. So, Static, aka Virgil Hawkins, was published by DC Comics and first appeared in Static #1, June 1993. Created by a lot of people. Dwayne McDuffie, Dennis Cohen, Derek Dingle, and Michael Davis. I know that might matter to you guys, that's why I'm saying it. Alright. Doused with an experimental chemical in a gang war, he was caught up in high school student Virgil Hawkins gains a variety of electromagnetic powers and becomes a costumed crusader against crime. Sort of the Mary Sue cop-out, realizes they have powers, becomes a hero. Like, hey, I can use these powers for good. I got nothing better to do. Moving on. Like most teenaged heroes in the Spider-Man mold, he is often overwhelmed by the combined responsibilities of his career as a superhero and the typical adolescent problems. Yeah, I guess being a teen comes with its own set of problems. I don't know. As a teen, I was pretty carefree. Well, except for women. That played a big part in my stress. Hey, I got dumped a lot. Don't take that the wrong way. I got dumped and left behind a lot. But now I'm finally doing better than that. Actually, this is the first time in a very long time that things looked this good and this promising. So, Ashley, I have a lot to thank you for. I should do a Draw My Life thing when I get more subscribers. More of an audience for that. But there's some stuff that I would have to write down so I sort of remember it. Okay, back to the wiki. Virgil first gained his electromagnetic powers at a huge showdown between the gangs of the city, when he hoped to get revenge on a gang member who had been bullying him. Might not be a good idea. Might not. The authorities arrive and release tear gas with what they believe to be harmless radioactive marker so that any gang members would not escape arrest. The cops do not know the marker had been further spiked with an experimental mutagen called quantum juice. This event ultimately came to be known as the so-called Big Bang. They talked about that in the TV show. It basically created a lot of people with abilities. Metahumans, mutants, call them what you will. Those who were exposed to the gas came to be referred to as Bang Babies. What are you doing, DC? What are you doing with your lives? Because the Big Bang was their metahuman birth. That's not a good reason. Okay. So he's a bit of an older character, and therefore he's flawed. Like, just why do you do it? When the agency behind the experiment tried to capture him, he fights back, discovering that he has gained the ability to generate, manipulate, and control electromagnetism. Virgil names himself Static, and armed with his wits and powers, became a superhero. So Static Shock was just the name of the show. He called himself Static. For the most part, Virgil keeps his secret from his family, but his friend, Frida Goran learns his identity when he attempts to protect her from being a prize in a small skirmish between gangs. Well, that makes sense. Virgil has friends like Rick Stone and Larry Wade. He also has a romantic interest in his other friend, Frida Goran, who I don't really remember. Don't know why I don't remember her. But she was already involved with Larry Wade. Oh, that makes sense. I was about to say, but then, like, she wouldn't be that memorable if things didn't work out. As Static interferes, it just says interfere. As Static interferes with their dates too many times, and Daisy calls their relationship off. Wait, what? I did miss a line. He also has feelings for Daisy Watkins, but his responsibilities as Static interfere with their dates too many times, and Daisy calls their relationship off. That sucks. I've been there. My responsibilities as a writer and whatnot have gotten in the way with family activities, and it sucks. In Static Shock Rebirth of the Cool. Why did you have to do that? Virgil is involved with a girl named Madison, but Frida ends up fighting with her over Virgil. That's unexpected. That's unexpected, because what happened to Larry? I don't know. Ashley, way to go. Way to go for suggesting this one so much. This is what you wanted. I'm not dissing this character a bit. Have you seen Static fight? He's awesome. He's awesome in every sense. But his story is a little messed up. And it's funny. It's just funny. Static has had confrontations with numerous Bang Babies and other superpowered adversaries. Hot Streak, Tarmac, Holocaust, Commando X, Puff, Coil, Snake Fingers, Rift, The Swarm, Dr. Kilgore, Rubber Band Man, Bratatat, Prometheus, Run, Jump and Burn, Boombox, Power Fist, Laserjet, etc. Other Bang Babies that Static has encountered include Virus, Destruct, and Hyacinth. Hyacinth? Static Shock Rebirth of the Cool. In the miniseries Static Shock Rebirth of the Cool, it is revealed that Virgil has given up his superhero career as Static. He enjoys his time being a civilian again, but sometimes misses being a superhero, as his friend and confidant Frida gets him to begrudgingly admit. He eventually returns after being persuaded by many fellow heroes, including Blitzen and Hardware, for one final battle. After the battle with a man named John Tower, let me guess, he's just a super soldier, I'm guessing, who is revealed to have been the first and greatest superhero in the Milestone universe. What I say? Virgil decides to return to his career as Static. But as he informs Frida, it likely won't be on a full-time basis as it was before. I thought I saw something. There's a big spider loose in here. It's big. He's big. Back to the thing. Later in the comic line, Static is aided by allies, the Shadow Cabinet, the Blood Syndicate, and the DCPD. Oh, Officer Captain Summers. Who doesn't have a page, I guess. No wiki for him. Nope. Who has a big interest in police cases involving bang babies. That makes sense. So, this Captain Summers found Static because of the other bang babies, and they're basically teaming up to do what? Let's see. Static teams up with Paige, the sidekick to Cobalt, in order to stop a maddened bang baby who had become half-fly. That one was probably on the show. Sounds pretty cartoony. Static takes a moment to scold Paige, who, in his opinion, seems more concerned with making excuses over their initial meetup than what was more important, stopping the danger. So maybe these cases that interested Captain Summers was something that brought these four characters together for a long time. Like, maybe they just showed up and came and gone. I don't know. I have never heard of the Blood Syndicate, but I think I've heard of the Shadow Cabinet before. There is a very long wiki left for us. So everyone that saw the TV show knows what his powers are, and I just read them like 15 minutes ago, maybe. But what are his weaknesses? Well, there's a category right here that says his weakness. Static's primary weakness weaknesses are insulators, as his powers have little to no effect on them, as shown in his battle with Rubber Band Man. Wood seems to be the one he has the most difficulty with. So wood didn't make a good Green Lantern weakness, but wood is a good weakness for Static. Static's weakness is wood. For a while there, the Green Lantern's weakness was wood. Green Lantern light had no effect against wood. That's actually what killed the Green Lantern villain. What was his name? It wasn't Kong. It was... I'm gonna have to plug in the charger. The laptop's dying. Alright, now the screen's shut off and I can't see anything. But I'm gonna have to do some research here. There was a character that took a piece of the Star Heart and used it against not Hal Jordan, but Alan Scott, the Green Lantern. So I'm just gonna look up Starheart. And we're gonna see, because it tells right in the wiki, the fandom wiki. Chang. Okay. Yeah. Another character for another day. A very old Green Lantern villain by the name of Chang. Also, the Green Dragon. So yeah, another character for another day. But yeah, Static, Virgil Hawkins, aka Static, and that's his story. That's some of his story. He has a very, very long, detailed story. Let's continue to read the weaknesses. Wood seems to be the one he has the most difficulty with, as it cannot be electromagnetically manipulated, levitated, or damaged. In the animated series, he has a vulnerability to water, which, as water is a conductor of electricity, if he gets taken and drenched in surprise, shorts out his powers until he can dry off and replenish them. He can, however, fly in the rain without short-circuiting. Interestingly enough, this weakness only applies in the animated series, as Static has never shown a weakness to water in the comics and has even used it to his advantage. Alright, so that was Static. That was some of his story. His story is literally like 20 pages, and this is a pretty big device, so that's a lot of writing. It even included the reboot, so don't want to get into that. That's a huge story, but thanks to Ashley for suggesting this character. I really do like Static Shock. He's a cool guy. So this time next week is another banger, and hopefully no more bang babies. And what's the length of this video? Oh, 26 minutes. That's long enough, I guess. And I'm out of content now. Shout out to Ashley. She's going to be in the description as always. Thursday, I'm doing a video on how to use YouTube for noobs. That's going to be interesting. Stick around for more videos like this. Subscribe, drop a like, and I'll see you next week. Peace.